But left and right, the latest point and with the microphone, don't get too far away from the big farmers. Right, now we just have
Good morning. I can hear you in the back. Hi there. Okay. That better? Keep talking. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the Lasham. You played on some sunshine, were you? Okay, welcome to 2023 Open 50-metre and standard class nationals. Okay, first of all, thanks to our sponsors who donated the prizes. All three classes were presenting at the end of the competition. Bridgestone Covers, who presented sets of canopy covers, etc. Applegard are giving us some sample baskets of goodies, and Bridgestone PEPs are giving us PE products. Those are presented to the class winners in the process. So thank you for the sponsors. First of all, I'd like to introduce the team with you. I'm Rick Edgecast, I'm the competition director. Alex Crump, who's Alex? Yeah. Alex is my deputy. She's done most of the donkey work, organising pre-competition stuff, along with Gavin, our manager. Doing the men, I have Jordan Collins, who's standing some days. They're also our safety officers. Competition. Colin Rule's doing aerospace. Town setters, marching convoy, and at the end, and John Dell. Here at one. Back, standing at the end, yeah. Benedict Smith's doing the story, he's hiding away doing stuff. Joe on the road. In control, we've got Deb Smockford and Rose Zersky. Graham Garnett, your usual grid marshal and launch marshal for most of the time. We've got Liz and Ewan on the start line. Ewan's also doing social media for us. And Gavin is our manager doing the domestic stuff for us. During notices, I'll hand over to Gavin to talk about important stuff.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Lasham. For those that don't know me, I'm Gavin, manager, the dog's body and all knowing person. So if you have any problems, get solved in control, come and find me, look at the orange shorts, sort something out. I'm just going to talk about these things in a minute, but we'll just go straight to the next slide. So you've all found your way to the campings and everything else, all found your way here, which is brilliant. Can I remind you, these I've already found people speeding. We'd like you to keep the speed down from the end of the caravan site up there, all the way along to here, and past the food bumps to 10 miles an hour. 10, not 20, not 30, and not even I've seen someone I reckon doing it this morning. So keep it down, please, especially if you're in an electric car, people can't keep coming, walking along, and no idea there. So no one to run over. For those that are camping, if you haven't found the portable empty spaces just outside this building, that where I'm pointing now, there's a plastic garden shed that's hidden there. Water can all down there, expect down outside, replenished every day. And so, yeah. There is a water about 2 quarters, right down the eastern end and right down the west end behind the two new hangars. In each location, one of those water is US, but the other one, which is really done, is working. And very much Portugal is blues, right by the campus and others. That's about it, thank you. Obviously, once you finish in here, you could take your cards back and reverse up these 90 degrees on the ferry track, so you can see where you're going to move the house and get many cars in this store. That'd be great. Thank you very much.
That's
Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. So this is the menu for the from the flight deck with Annie. So already barbecue tonight, French night, Bowling night, and Italian, as you can see. American barbecue, not sure what the difference is between American and English barbecue, but we'll see. Curry and burgers, when the last Saturday is the hog roast, which is really good always. On Monday night, we have a quiz night run by Serena. On Wednesday, we've got a music night where you are welcome to come and play, sing, do whatever you do, and then there are quite a few acts coming from outside as well. And on Saturday, we've got a party. So hopefully, we have a good week. Okay, thanks. Shirts, yes, thank you. And if you've ordered one of these, whether it's colour or another colour, they're in the main office section, which is the white, because that's just going to want to pick them up whatever they want.
Just a few reminders that I wanted to important points. When there's a big water flooding now down in the main, which you might be on the south side of the airfield. I appreciate the flood is too close to it to block access for the people. So when you park it overnight, just keep away from the water tanks a bit. If people were to get their gliders there, they want to go directly or want to come with their cars. Your flight recorder should be set to 2 seconds maximum interval. We always have a problem with people who've got 5 or 10 seconds. Please check your setting. It's going to be 2 seconds. The call. There's a transponder mandatory zone south of the airfield, south at 4,500 feet. You are not permitted to enter the TMZ, even if you have a transponder for this competition. It will be penalty airspace. To maintain competitive fairness, if you have a transponder, by all means use it, but you can't enter the TMZ. Engine tests today, please, on the first slide. The rules. 2-seater pilots, please let me know who your P2 is, our on control. We've got permanent nominations for 5, Bravo. If you apply another 2-seater, I think that's X-ray 66, 48, and Romeo Charlie, probably maybe the others. Let us know who your P2 is. You want to tell control it's the same day every day, fine. If you're going to vary it, just tell us on a day-by-day basis. Please submit your trace within 60 minutes of landing, as per the rules. You're probably get a warning the first time, but there'll be penalties applied thereafter. We go with them. It prevents us from storing. But one more thing which is not actually on that list is just a reminder that one of the changes to the rules is that no external aid to pilots is permitted in the rules. That means things like your crew telling you that Joe Bloggs is thermally 2 kilometers further on than 4 knots is not the information you can pass on anymore. So please read the rules and abide by them. Yes,
engine test. It's impossible for a jet to start and shut down in 60 seconds. DGA rules give us 100 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's whatever the BGA rules say. If you've got a jet, special circumstance, please abide by them. Whatever the BGA rule book says. Okay, thank you, Aaron. Okay, the Pilot Safety Committee didn't just nominate people this year. I asked for nominations from external pilots and volunteers. Luckily, we have both categories. So your safety committee from each class, just the middle of the bit. Ken Barker, opens the handicap stand as a next 50-meter class. And Martin Clark in the reserve should one of those all by the wayside. Thank you guys for volunteering or being interested in service, wherever you want to play. Much appreciated. And on the other official front, we've got 3 competition stewards, Pete Marathon, Patrick Mavely, and Conor Shorten. And we also have a new thing this year is competition referee. This is a by the media comms committee to liaise with the stewards in events of dispute. Jim, where's Jim? Jim's back there on the right. He's going to come and fly a brand new AS33 today, I think. Inaugural flight or something. So good luck with Jim, and hope we don't need to use your services. Okay, the weather.
Right, a couple of minutes, let's get the slide up. Okay, good morning, everybody. It's a bit different seeing you all in person for once. Yeah, a bit different, definitely. So, have we got some weather for you this week? Starting off, synoptic chart. Well, not much has changed really over the last few days. High pressure, which is centred just to the east of the country, bringing with it nice settled conditions and lots and lots of sunshine. That doesn't really change too much as we get towards lunchtime today. Cold front feature, which is moving down towards us very, very slowly, bringing cloud and outbreaks of rain to Scotland. But over us, nice bright, there's some low-level fog, which is burnt off this morning. Looking at the winds, generally northeasterly at around 10 to 15 knots, lightening off during the day. There's the fog this morning, probably a little bit thicker than I was expecting first thing. But thankfully it has burst away. The cumulus you see outside, I'm afraid, is what I call cumulus. It won't be there in a couple of hours' time. As you can see, by 9 o'clock there, it's really has burnt away. Now, of course, being a weekend, we don't have any data from Lark Hill. So we've just got the midnight sounding from the Customer Zoo. And although I think David was talking about a low-level jet potentially in there, it does still work the maths that with 19 degrees we would see cloud at tops around 4,000 feet of thermal convection. But yeah, look forward to having the Lark Hill sounding next week. General situation then, bright and sunny, good visibility, and temperatures there peaking at around 20 to 21 degrees. The hotter it gets, the better it gets. And the forecasts do vary a little bit, which is why we're seeing differences between top Meteo and Skysight today. Dew points just sitting around 10, but is something fairly quickly. PFD for 18 metre, looks quite optimistic, doesn't it? You'll see why we've sent you into that task area. Pretty much downwind of London generally works best. We've noticed sort of up towards the Vale of Pewsey and all of that, it doesn't look particularly good at all. We're generally quite hemmed in by airspace down to the south, unless we can go along down to Eastern. So yeah, we've got that. I don't know how well that's visible, might need to blow it up next time. But at 1 o'clock, which is probably around the time, or just after you've been launching, looking around here, that will have blue to around 2,500 to 3,000 feet. By 3 o'clock, widely across into Wiltshire and down into Dorset, looking around 3,500 to 4,000 feet. And this afternoon, as you get towards 6 o'clock, still going, but just be aware there does seem to be some sort of estuary air or reduction of temperatures coming off the eastern coast down in Kent. But it looks generally like it will peak at around 3,500 to 4,000 feet today. Soundings, that's 11 AM, as you can see, fairly similar inversion here at the moment. But as we get to 2 PM with around 18 degrees, looking at 18, 90 degrees, looking at 3,500 feet, very, very dry up through there, almost no moisture at all. And by 5 o'clock, generally looking at 4,000 feet or so with a temperature of 20 degrees at most heights of sea level. Neat tasks and tasks, very little to say really, there's no significant weather, Cavo okay, just that northeasterly wind. And your summary then of today, the blocking high, which if I'm honest, it looks like it's going to be with us for a fair part of next week. Giving us bright sunny weather, but probably not much in the way of cloud initially. And as we go through the day, warming up, and pretty much we're going to be watching the temperature very closely. I think the temperature was starting to get up, but it did sort of level out. I don't know if anybody's seen what the last temperature was around 10 minutes ago, but it's all heading in the right direction. The outlook is similar. Any questions? Good. I'll hand you over for some tasks then. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just need to get them up on the screen. One
Yeah,
second.
sure thing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin Conboy. I'm the task setter. And today we're all going down to the southwest and back again. Open class will be starting. Sorry? I was doing starting on standards, okay?
Bit closer on the microphone. It's on the screen.
Yeah, so it is.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so standard class starting at Field Church, then going on down to Salisbury South. We'll be going through the gap between Middle Wallop and CPA, so that's a little bit of a choke point there. Salisbury South, then out into Wiltshire, Gillingham, Longleat, of course, no landing out there, for obvious reasons. Downton roundabouts, and then back via Bullingdon Cross and straight in to Lasham. The finish ring is 3 kilometres from Lasham Airfield reference point. Minimum finish height 500 feet. Okay, above Lasham. It does say on the task sheet, unfortunately, altitude 499 feet, which is a mistake. It's 500 feet above Lasham. It also says max, and it should be a minimum. Yes, so that will be corrected going forward. Okay, that's the task A, it's the standard. Task B is just a little bit shorter course at 151k, which is just over the minimum 100k task. So Ellisfield Church start again, Salisbury South, Wilton West, 6 Hanley, Bullingdon, and then back to Lasham ARP finish.
15 metre.
15-metre class A, pretty much the same task, only the starting point is now Lasham Start South, which is the crossroads between the A339, the Bentworth Road, just to the south of the airfield here. And then we go Chilbolton, 6 Hanley, Longleat, Downton roundabouts, Bullingdon Cross, and then back to Lasham now, the finish circle. Task B. 158k. Again, same starting place at Lasham Start South, then Chilbolton, 6 Hanley, Bovant, Downton roundabout, Bullingdon, and then back to Lasham ARP. Finally, the open class A. Start from Basingstoke, which is the roundabout on the M3, the Basingstoke exit of the M3. And then we go for 240k, we go to Serne Abbas, Wincanton, East Tytherley, Bullingdon, then Lasham, finish at Lasham ARP. Task B, same start points, Basingstoke roundabouts, and then Downton roundabout, Gillingham, Longleat, Salisbury South, Bullingdon Cross, and Lasham ARP. And finally, task C, the opens, same start point of Basingstoke roundabout, then 6 Hanley, Fording Bridge, Bullingdon Cross, Lasham ARP for 100. And that's it really, short and sweet. The only thing to bear in mind, of course, is the restricted airspace area around Southampton CTA and Little Wall.
Well, you could confirm it, finish altitude at ring 1118.
That's 1118 feet above sea level. Okay, the finish ring is 500 feet above ground, above Lasham. Okay, but 1118 feet above altitude above sea level.
When you said the restricted area around Middle Wallet,
Yeah.
the important down.
Well, it goes through a kind of gap. It's you have the Southampton CTA to your south, to your southeast, and Little Wallop to your northwest.
The cover airspace next. Restricted.
No.
Say again?
The cover airspace next.
But yeah, airspace will be next.
Airspace will be next, yeah. Thank you. Far away.
Are you happy with the fallback path? Right.
Oh,
Not sure, can do that.
I'm not a task setter.
In the task program, there's a thing that says, there's a box you can tick, say reduce the leg length, reduce the length for a punishment, which we probably haven't ticked. Yeah.
Okay. I think there may be a small glitch in our procedures. So I think we probably are on minimum task length, but we'll look into it. At the moment, we're on task A, so we don't have that problem. There may be a rebrief and a new task sheet. We'll let you know. Tim. Either way, there will be a new task sheet if we change to task B for that class. Unless I discover we have done the wrong thing and it really is so. Okay, let's do aerospace. We'll come back to that task sheet later.
One more.
One more. Well,
Hi, guys.
actually, above the height you take off from, strictly speaking, it's 1118 above sea level, but it'll be actually judged on the altitude you start lowering from. Okay, airspace, Colin.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Long is day one. We've got quite a bit we've got to tell you. So here we go. Start my thought for the day. Some of you will have seen this before. There are a lot of you flying today. You're all flying in a fairly restricted area. I hope it never happens, but if you have, get out in a hurry. Have you rehearsed it recently? Could save your life. Just think about it today. Think how you're going to get out if you need to use the cushion you've been sitting on for years. Okay. Right, the serious stuff then. Here we go. Current airspace file version 1. We will change it as we need to. By text message when we do change the airspace file. Turning point file is the version 2. That may change again, but I'm not aware of anything that's going to change that at this stage. And we will confirm those two files as being current, or what current files are at every briefing. If you want to know anything else, come and find me. Right, restricted areas, temporary. Sites. I know. These are active for the duration of the competition. We can debate outside this room why we've made this decision, but this is the decision that has been made. This is the way we're going to work. Other sites will be considered active unless we can confirm inactivity. We'll move on again. Okay, today, Old Sarah is active. They are dropping, and they are dropping tomorrow. It will be a penalty. We do hold a exemption on the nuclear fine rules, which permit us to fly a little bit closer to them. Basically, the big ring around these sites, now reduces to the strictly within the fence of the establishment, and they are in your airspace file anyway. So the normal rules apply within inside the fences. Side the fences, you're back to your normal minimum altitude or minimum height restrictions. Couple of caveats there. No landings to be made within the establishment boundaries. No photography. We don't use cameras anymore, do we? I think everyone's flying something over D of 30. Anyone not? Good, fine, move on. All UK danger areas are penalty zones during the notified active hours. The exceptions of these are those that are undertaken as helicopters. Content box. Well, it's not relevant today, but the briefing as is. We do have the ability to use this little bit of block of airspace to the north of us, can be quite useful. It gives us an extra 1,000 foot of air to play in. It's Class A airspace. It doesn't revert to Class G, stays as Class A. So the rules for flying VFR in Class A, I have to stress this to you, I'm asked to stress it to you. You must have an in-flight visibility of 8K, must be 1,500 horizontally from cloud and 1,000 foot vertically. It's all based on the London QNH, and we have to broadcast the London QNH at the intervals, which we will do when we are using the Compton box. We will do on 129.8.0. So if you're flying in that block of airspace, please listen out on that frequency and react to what pressure settings we are. We'll declare it open or closed on every day. Today it is closed. You're not going in. Right. This is restricted area 5. We have a dispensation. We might be able to do this graph. Restricted area control by and this is a screenshot of the definition. So I will give you that there for a moment for you to read it again. It's designate small section within EGR 105, which we have called 105 alpha, and will later probably appear is hydro prohibited. It's quite small, only 500 feet above ground. That's the bit they don't. Outside of that, in the normal circle, you can do what you effectively. You can burn, or you don't need to go dash straight through it. You can climb away in there. But if you're within the blue circle, you must ring control it immediately. The reason that is procedure for notifying the Royal Protection Force that you're all right person. And they won't come rushing out in that black suit. See a question.
So we're not allowed, if we land within the big ring.
If you land in a big ring, get your phone out immediately and I control. But you are roughly where you are. You can send help in what conversion matters. Then we have a direct line then to the police, which we can let them know that it's not a panic situation. Okay. Anyone any further questions on hydro? No, we move on to rainbows. This is the news in residence. It's quite a small distance and quite a small ring anyway, but now it's the little inner ring. This in it or down it. It's terribly tiny. It's 600. I'm not sure. It's 100 yards wide, 300 wide, diameter. And it's 500 feet above ground. No restrictions on the outer ring at all. No need to notify the zone is just that tiny ring in the center up to the 500 feet up and 640. So that's where we are with those two. Gives us just a little bit more flexibility. Right, airborne traffic zones. Here we go. You may not find me said that contracting the traffic zone. It's only a ground. And may safely fly within that area. Heights of all APZs at 2,000 feet above aerodrome level. And I put that in, if you have to land at any airfield, please try and give them a call. That's not just airfields and APZs. I mean, our local airfields, which are taught, and so on, they do like to hear from. I'm sure you've got RT licenses now. It's rare that people not. Even in the days when they've been, they still like to hear from you. And they certainly wouldn't want us to see your license. We'll try and provide you more frequencies that are relevant. And say the caveat at the bottom, the military. We know that. Their APZs are extant. So we'll move on because there is from the I'm not going to read it. But that is the way like you make it. Okay, let's move. Or the primary ones out. lot of helicopter activity, and it is a Oxford Kidney, because they discussion decided for the duration. So as far as we're concerned, they're concerned they have a lot of academic training and continuation training. So I can see their argument, and we were happy to follow. So Oxford Kidlington APZ is a pedal. Talking about our neighbours, we've done. We get on well. We've made only the penalty zone, so shouldn't come in, but we've given them frequency. If in extremists, they are not going to be that. They will judge safety above everything else, which is like. But the frequency there fly fairly regularly, and they say these after landing side into the slight. Use them short start or very light. So again, if you're scratching in there, you're going to find that give them second, just up the road here, to error territory back there, problem at all. Only we've given them the frequency for the weekend. Right. They're there. They're also in the local rule. We haven't changed anything. I would say prefix course with Lasham is stops you shipping your course thing. So we get your full course, and we've made this bit of the Lasham. We'd like to hear your course through when you talk. Use of transponders, this earlier. We have got this TMZ quite close to us. Even if you've got a transponder, you may not use it to make the TMZ. You'd be encouraged to use a transponder for whatever reason you may wish, for coastal security or whatever. But you cannot use it with that space. Altimetry. Those of you who were here last year will remember that fantastic day when some people turned snow at flight level 100. And that's the one. Don't forget what the transition altitude is. Mainly it's 6,000 feet. And if we start sending you further afield, it can change. It can be as low as. So just think about altimeter should be renaming, stay clear of airspace. Right above flight level 100, a minute. London box is closed. I don't think of anything else. I'm sorry I took so long. It needed to be said. Right. Any questions? Sorry.
I think the Battle of Britain flight apparently coming through middle of Wallop loads and we'll get back 16:10 tonight.
Sorry.
The Battle of Britain flight, that memorial flight coming through middle of Wallop low level 16:10.
Yes.
16:10 and 16.
That's correct. He's going to, there is the baggage of the door are around today. They have a flight master. 16:10.
Yeah, 16:10.
Yeah, and then they have another one just after that.
You said like photo.
All right. Okay. The Battle for Memorial. Right. Today, 16:10. They are going down just to the north of Havant, outside your area, but We suspect they may well come on fairly close to us, but they cruise at below level. I hope it will be well above them. It's just another bit of traffic in the area. It doesn't change the status of safety. Let's leave it like distillery. If you say you want to fly in it, you ask. If you get the right answer, you can fly it. If you don't, well, there you are. You did the other thing. So, anyone, any other questions? I'm sorry, I forgot the mic when I came back. Good, safe flying.
Okay, on to airfield layout and finishing. Fairly standard, we've been using many years here at Lasham. Obviously, you probably can see outside, the club operation is continuing. They'll be launching from the intersection there going to the east. You're all on the runway, it is relights. I think generally agree both sides, if need be. We stop the club operation obviously during the grid launch. So relights land on both sides of the runway. We'll get in touch with you in accordance with the rules. And yeah, I think that's you. I think everybody's on the grid. Anybody not on the grid? Good. Okay, coming back in, I think you're actually coming in with slightly different angle than that. You're coming more straight in, but pretty much everybody is landing towards the east. Please, if possible, land on the runway or south of it. Everyone is going to be landing 09 today, as we have an easterly wind. There's no need to have anybody landing reciprocally. The club operation will be continuing throughout the afternoon, but again, we will put a pause to it if we think there's a risk that there's a number of you coming back all at once. It's not prohibited to cross that red line, but we would just prefer you don't. And land long right to the end of the runway to collect your crews. I think we're always going to have a chat about glider parking in a minute, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. But yes. And if you end up stopping in the middle of the runway, do not worry. We will get a team of green men, women out in their buggy. They will come and pick you up. They'll pick you down to the end or off to the side. Good. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to come on to in a minute. But yeah, club operations will be continuing. Roy, do you want to say something again?
Yeah, Phil, the picture back up here.
Yeah.
Quite busy this week with operations. That area alongside the ferry track on this side, it's going to be problematic this week in this easterly wind direction because the club operation is taking place in that area, that grass area on the north side. In the last week, we've had 2 incidents of gliders which were parked along that perimeter track being run into by landing gliders and severely damaged. Ian McCarthy is one of them. Ian's just got bits back, I think, just in time for the temporary repair, but that was a glider running off into parked gliders. We would prefer you not to park along that perimeter track on the north side. If at all possible, please go and park south. I mean, that's a hanger on this side. And pretty short on the south side, be able to make that lot easy for us. If your gliders in the way, we may well have to move it by the means possible if it's not shut. Let's say. Operation. Please park south of here. Will be club operation right on the.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, actually. Yeah, the evening groups was running throughout the week, and when there might not be an evening group on, there might be an MS20 going out here. So, yeah, do keep that in mind. Finishing, please call at 10K and finish on ring and channel 1 here in the 0. You and the table will be doing that, and that is roll. I didn't make that. I looked after the weather. So, as already agreed, so. Okay, following, fine, yeah. Scoring, please, Tracy, did one outlining already mentioned. And I'll bring the director back up for any further questions. I think somebody, the Reverend.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. You were in some case. Do you want to go further? There is a free seat in Ashton 5, if you want to buy with Kevin. But yeah, I think you need to be lower rated than he is. Yeah, eligible for a seat. How far up on somebody's spot? Questions? Yeah, on the bottom. Sheet on the bottom. Yeah, first launch not before 12 o'clock. Yeah, last launch actually next week.
And next briefing at 10 tomorrow, unless otherwise gated. We will see you on the grid. You could probably sort out now. Yeah, yeah. Nobody answers. On the ground. Yeah.